Yeah, I think we knew this could be a challenging game. Scouting them, watching their film from last year, we were anticipating the changing in defense that they were going to do, the different presses in the zone to kind of take our tempo as we started to find a rhythm in our man-to-man. So as we talked prior to the game, we talked about being locked in and being able to execute against their man-to-man, and then when the switch came, being able to do the same thing. And I think the press really affected us. I think we had 6 turnovers with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter, and obviously finished with 26. So we've got to get in and clean that up. I think we panicked a little bit against it collectively, and so I think that kind of got the ball rolling. Overall, I thought we played with great effort for the majority of the game and shared the ball well for the majority of the game, and I thought there were some bright spots in it, and we just need to make some corrections. We shot the ball well, 47 and 35, but we need to do a better job taking care of the basketball.
Just for both the players, just how difficult is it to fight against that press? Maybe I'll start with you. Just how difficult is it to battle against that press?
I think we made it difficult. We got what we were supposed to do. We were told what we were supposed to do, and that was on us players on the court. We lacked execution. We didn't listen very well, and that's something we have to work on doing a little bit better. And I think when we did listen, we did break the press really easily, and there wasn't any problems. But when we started doing whatever we wanted, it kind of fell back and got us. So.
Raven, from your position as a guard, bringing the ball up, just how difficult is it to fight through that?
I just think we need to do a better job, not letting them trap us, and me included. If we did better with that, I feel like we would have broke it way easier and getting it to the middle.
Mary, it felt like this was kind of a weird repeat of Monday a little bit, and then it started off down, you surged back, and then the fourth quarter, the team pulled ahead. Is that
Yeah.
2 games in that same script? Is that alarming? Is that something to say, hey, we now we know what we have to work on?
I wouldn't say it's alarming. I think it's something we're going to really take a look as a staff over the next 24 hours. We're going to watch both those fourth quarters again and see what's going on, and try to talk as a team about it. Is it lack of trust? Is it not executing? Is it not sharing the ball? Is it mental lapses? I think there were quite a few mental lapses defensively, communication breakdowns. Not matching up in transition, not boxing out a couple times on the foul line. So those are things that we have control over, and I thought that's what we tried to talk about in one of the final timeouts was stop worrying about all the other things and let's focus on the things that we can control and make sure we're controlling them. And I think that's going to be a maturation process for us as we move forward. I looked up a couple times today and saw 4 freshmen and sophomores on the court, which was exciting for me. But again, there's a level of maturation process that has to happen with those guys, evaluating every single possession, and we just got to continue to grow together. I think they've done a lot of really good things over the course of the first 2 games, and we've got to get much more consistent, and we need to do it quickly.
Raven, just what do you know now about college basketball that you didn't really know last year? What was this growth process like for you?
For me personally, I had to learn that it's not as fast as I thought it was, so I can slow myself down more, and I'm still slowing myself down.
I had to speed up personally, but I guess she's just fast.
Yeah, but that was my biggest takeaway is to just real life just slow down.
Mary, you called out Raven a lot, 20 minutes tonight.
Yeah.
You got more in there a lot too, 13 minutes. I think mostly in the second half.
Trying to get multiple guards against that press to help break it. I thought Ray was tremendous. I thought she came in and gave us a real big spark defensively. She ran the team really well offensively. And again, we've been asking Ray to kind of play with her pants on fire on defense and then be able to turn around and slow down and execute and play under control. And I think she did that. And even the one charge she had, she's like, I saw it, but it was just too late. And I think she's spent a tremendous amount of time over the summer and over this preseason watching film and trying to really understand what we do and watch our reads and get better. And I think it's paying off on the court. And we've always known she was going to be a tremendous defensive player, but I think she's starting to show some real growth on the offensive end.
Nevaeh, I got to ask about, your sister's not out there with you this year. Do you feel like you want to go out there and play for her as well? And can you represent her every time you step on the court as well?
Yeah, and she hurt herself 4 years ago, the same way. And it's weird to say, but I feel like me and Tanaya get closer every single day. And it sucks not having her out there. she keeps me like grounded, and even in the game today, like when I was a little in my head in the first quarter, she just talks to me, and like I hug her every time I can or tell her I love her when there's timeouts. But I just know everything that happens is for a reason. Like God has her back, and I know she'll come back and be strong. And I tell her every game I'm gonna play for her, and like I made her happy tonight, and that makes me happier than anything, even though we did lose. So.
Mary, we haven't really talked publicly about Sanaya's injury and the decision to shut her down. Kind of what was the timeline? What happened? And kind of.
I think the injury happened this summer, and we had it cleaned up, and we were trying to see if there was going to be the ability for her to be able to play through it with a brace, and it just seemed like every time we pushed her past, 60 or 70% in practice, she felt some things in there that didn't seem right. And so I think she made a very mature decision to go on and shut herself down and to have the surgery, and we can get her back and hopefully get her really healthy before the start of next season. I think if we would have tried to push it, we might have had something more catastrophic that would have taken longer to come back from. So I think it was a really mature decision, because I know that kid wants to be on the court and she wants to play. She wants to play for her teammates and support her sister and everybody else, all of her sisters on this team. But I think she was very selfless in the fact that she got this thing taken care of, and I think it's going to stink to play without her, but I think it's going to give us a lot of opportunity for some other young kids to get minutes, and I think we're going to be better next year because of it.
And my final question, there was a moment you brought Raven and Katie in when you took Fiona and Macy out. So it was Raven, Katie, Leah, Layla, and Nevaeh, and that's 5 returners on the court.
Yeah.
I don't imagine there's a lot of college basketball teams in 2024 that can say they have 5 returners on the court at one time, given the portal and all that stuff. Just how much will just the continuity of these 5 that have played together a little bit help grow this a little bit quicker, just knowing they have some familiarity with each other?
Yeah, I'm hoping it'll help grow it. I mean, that is the philosophy that we've chosen. I want to recruit freshmen. I want to keep them here. I want them to become members of Valpo's community, with the city, with the university, and I want them to have a great experience here. And I don't want to go into the portal and have 4 or 5 grad transfers every year and be playing like that. And so, we've got some youthfulness on this team that's going to gain a lot of experience with a few upperclassmen and the returners from last year. And we're going to throw people into the fire, and we're going to continue to grow and get better and stick together over the next couple of weeks. And we're going to be playing our best basketball as MVC gets here. Hopefully, that's always been my philosophy, right? The non-conference is here for us to be tested, to see different things that we're going to see when Valley play starts, so that we're ready to compete when it matters. We play in a conference where you got to win it to go to the NCAA tournament. Most of the time, you might squeak in a second team, and we need to be prepared for conference season, and that's what the non-conference is for. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
Get some rest, guys.
Thank you guys for coming in.
Yeah, no problem.